Hey, this is Kyle again. Another blog about the championship battle between Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards leads Tony Stewart by 3 points heading into the Phoenix race. Carl Edwards had a better day in practice than Tony Stewart did, so Tony's going to have to step it up if he wants to keep up with Carl. But this blog is also about the other guys that have shined since then, like Casey Kane, who's had a lot more top finishes. He scored the third most points out of all the drivers, not including the chase drivers. If Casey Kane would have made the chase, he'd be third in points right now, and right in this battle, right with Tony and Carl. But he's not. But if he was, he'd be up there, and he'd be in this thing, and they'd be able to talk about him a whole lot more as well. And this is the first time since 2005 that Toyota has been shut out of all three of NASCAR's national levels of winning a championship. Too bad Kyle Busch hasn't had a better chaser. He'd be right up there contending for this championship as well. But yeah, the next year, Kyle Busch next year. But anyway, Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart have been at each other since the chase started. Tony Stewart has 4 wins in the 8 races that we've had. That's half the chase races. And yet, he's still behind Carl Edwards. The reason why is Carl Edwards has been way more consistent. He's been the most consistent guy all year, keeping the points lead and everything. He's had a couple of bad races before the chase started, which lost him the points lead. Kyle Busch had it for a while. Harvick had it for like 1 race. And Matt Kenseth, he was doing pretty good too, but for a while, until Martinsville, that kind of ruined his spot. Brad Keselowski, he's doing pretty good as well. But right now, the 2 guys that are most likely going to win the championship are Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart because of how far back everybody from third on is. 33 points is where Kevin Harvick sits right now. 33 points back. So yeah, Tony's 3 points behind Tony, or Tony's 3 points behind Carl Edwards. So that pretty much narrows it down to Tony and Carl. But I still think that despite Tony's practice performance today, I still think Tony's going to turn it around and be just as competitive as he has the entire chase. He didn't do squat. He didn't even think he deserved to be in the chase because he didn't have any wins before the chase started. Now he's got half the chase wins. If he doesn't be careful, he's going to become another Jimmy Johnson. Just kidding. But yeah, Tony Stewart's going to. I still think Tony Stewart's going to do it, but I'm not going to underestimate Carl. Carl's been really good. I used to dislike him a lot, but I don't really dislike him anymore. I don't like him like not one of my favorites, but I don't really mind him anymore. There's a whole lot of worse people out there like Montoya or Kurt Busch or Harvick that I could be disliking, but Carl Edwards, he's okay now. I don't mind him. And it would not bother me one bit to see him win this championship because of how good he's been all year. Won Las Vegas earlier this year. That's the only win he has. But at least he has 1 win. That's enough. 1 win is enough. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. looks like hopefully he'll be able to pull in the Nationwide Series championship this year with his 2 wins at Iowa. Yeah, he swept Iowa. Hopefully he gets another one. And Trevor Bayne won he clinched the Ford Nationwide Series, the manufacturer's Nationwide Series champ by winning Texas for Ford. I hate Ford, but great accomplishment for Trevor and for Ford and for Roush Fenway getting all three drivers their a win this year, plus Matt Kenseth when he subbed for Trevor Bayne at Charlotte. So yeah, that's four wins for four different drivers in 1 year. That's pretty, or at least one win for four drivers this year for Roush. So pretty good, despite their sponsorship struggles for next year and this year. Roush has stayed in there and hung in there and took it like a man. So good job, Roush Fenway Racing. I don't like Jack Roush or Ford, but I like the class that the drivers have, and that's good enough for me. Like Matt Kenseth and Carl and Ricky and Trevor, I like those guys. But anyway, if Carl Edwards wins, that'll be just fine with me. Tony Stewart wins. That's my dad's driver, so yeah, I'm going to be happy for my dad and for Tony and for Stewart Haas Racing, who continue to bring in sponsors for Ryan Newman next year. How can Stewart Haas be getting sponsors while poor Roush Fenway, still struggling to find sponsors for Matt Kenseth's car? Hopefully they'll get it all figured out. But I still think Tony Stewart is the favorite to win the championship. But I'm not going to underestimate Carl. If Carl Edwards wins it, I will not be one single bit surprised. So that's what I think about that. I still think Casey Kane's going to win a race this year. It's either going to be Phoenix or Homestead, because those are the only two races left. I think he's got a better shot at winning Homestead than Phoenix, but you never know. A pole position by Casey Kane could seal the deal for him. So yeah, Casey's been too good and went through too much crap this year to not win a race. So I really do hope that Casey wins a race. Plus it'll make up for him not making the chase as well. But he has an opportunity to get to 13th in points and win that $1 million. He just got to beat Clint Boyer now. But go Casey, and good luck to Tony and Carl on this championship battle. May the best man win.